So we out here, and it's really bad out here. And I had a hard time. I definitely had a hard time getting back. And I just came back from Northeast Philadelphia, Frankfurt, where I did a performance at. And right now I'm in West Philly, and I still have a ways to go before I get home. But normally I like to critique my performance, sit down, and just look at what I can do better. But for now, I have to get out this snow, y'all. OMG, how can I forget to say, hey, my Star Trekkers. Find time to shine, shine, shine. And I'ma do it big this year. cashaestar, I'ma win this year. Shine, baby, shine. So for starters, I really like this church. I even like the way they held everything down until we got ourselves together. So basically, I learned a lot of things with this performance. I learned that one, I gotta get more confident and calm down. This is me, like I also learned that I gotta prepare myself for any situation. I didn't have really that much space to really, perform like I'm ready. So I gotta be able to perform even if I have to stand still, if it's not enough room. I did learn that when it comes to social distance, I would have different guidelines for myself when going out. When it comes to social distancing, I will not take my mask off again. God covered me this time, but I won't. So I will make sure that before I perform, the mic levels are really up loud enough where they can hear me if I have to keep my mask on. Now, Tony is the other person on the mic, you guys, and Tony is my best friend. And Tony, I mean, when I go to auditions in New York, she has slept on the grounds of New York streets for me, just to make sure I'm chasing this dream. And she also been acting in my stage plays, but now she's married and she has children, and she don't want to be my hype person no more. So I have to invest in really getting serious about getting someone, a singer, a rapper, to really go out with me. But at the end of the day, I really enjoyed myself. I loved the experience. This church was very welcoming. So I definitely would like to thank All God's Children Pentecostal Ministry for inviting me out. And not only did they invite me out, but they invited me back. So that is great news. So you guys, after I looked carefully through all of my footage, I just sat down and I took the time to write down everything I can do different. Even if it's how to get someone off their cell phone while I'm performing, how to just capture people's attention, like everything I wanted to do better. In my performances, I just took the time to write it down so I can study this thing. I even decided like to get me a dietitian, like a nutritionist, so I can come down on my weight. And I am unhappy with my weight, but when I get heavy, I get unhealthy. Like I see people, they be so chunky and beautiful, and when I'm chunky, I feel like I turn into a blimp. So and this is just me judging me, but I definitely decided to even get a nutritionist as well. Like if I want to live this performance life, then I got to be healthy and able to just deliver the best performance ever. So here go my few tips. So guys, so what I did was the performance was a pretty okay performance. I wouldn't say that it was my best, but it wasn't my worst. And I do understand that like when you go out to perform, you always have a different set of audience. Like I used to do stage plays, and when I was hip hop rapping, I would go out to perform a lot. And I understand that when you do perform, it's always a different type. It's always different type of audience you get. Like sometimes you'll get the audience that's just happy, like to see a new performer, happy to see you. You get the audience that's super excited, and sometimes you get the audience that just want to get to know you and really fill you out before they get engaged. So it's a lot of things you run into, and it's different when, I guess, not being famous. When you go, you have to prove yourself to the audience, and you have to make sure that they leave knowing exactly who you are. And when you're famous, I guess the difference is people already know who you are. Like they know who you are, so they're excited just to be in the room. So you can come out singing, what's that also? Don't stop that, dun, 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 don't stop that, and they'll rock with you. And if I come out saying don't stop that, dun, 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 they're gonna think I'm slow. So it's really a different. From the last performance, I decided that there's certain things that I would do differently. I've been had this book, Never Stop Dreaming, and I just want to encourage you guys, like, if you have a dream, I don't care what it is it being a famous YouTube vlogger, if it's writing stage plays, singing, writing, if it's doing magic tricks, like, don't stop your dream. It doesn't matter how old you are, as long as, you know, as long as you're here, you can chase this dream, and that's all. Just don't give up on yourself. So I wrote like 11 things, not even 10, that I can do better from watching the performance. First, I'm gonna show you a clip of it. Like, when I got up there, first of all, this church was, listen, like, they was a very soul church. Like, they had their own band, and this band was all it. It was really intimidating. Like, oh my goodness, like, everybody, almost everybody in the room was talented. So it was like, how do I impress these people? Like, they're already talented, you know. But but so I got a little nervous, and when I got nervous, as soon as because I got nervous, as soon as I got up there, I said the hook and the verse, I completely forgot. Like, I'm gonna show you the clip. Like, the verse, I definitely forgot. So I don't even know how that happened, but I eventually, like, I got myself together, and I just said, you got to get through it, and I got through it. So the first thing I'll be doing is when I get there, I'm going to definitely make sure I did a mic check. I mentioned that before. I'm going to make sure, you know, the mic check, it kind of is the sound check. I'm going to visit the place in advance, because I want to know how much room I have to perform. I want to know what the layout look like of the place. I want everything to be on point, because when you're practicing in your living room, or if I'm practicing at my mom's church, these is different places, and it is different. So the routine I had, like, it didn't work out. So I'll just have to visit the place earlier, so I can know what I'm working with while I'm performing. I probably do a pre-rehearsal at the place for now on. And for some people, maybe it's not that deep, but because this is my passion, and this is what I'm serious about, is that deep. Like, I will be there rehearsing before the thing open, or a day before. Like, I would let the people know when we're making arrangements for me to perform. I'm so visiting a place in advance. Social distancing, like, this place got really crowded really fast, and that happens because, one, it's a church. It just happens. It happens. Like, places get crowded, but I need an exit routine. I need a way to get in and get out. So I'll make sure, while making arrangements for me to go to perform, I'll just make sure that that exit routine is ready. Like, I have to be the first person to perform. I will make sure I bring sanitizer so I can wipe down the mics, even if I have to do it myself. And everybody, while I'm in the building, have to have a mask on. I'll make sure the rehearsal. So I decided to make sure that I rehearse at least twice a day. Like, I'm home, even if I take 30 minutes out of a day, so that way when a performance come up or somebody give me a call, I will already be prepared, because I rehearse twice a day. Security, just like it was when I was doing stage plays. If you guys don't know me, I was doing stage plays for at least I'm gonna say like 7-8 years. So even with the stage plays, I had security. I had my own personal security guard, because you just don't know. So I'm making sure I bring security, only because I'm visiting places and I don't know who's booking me. Like, I'm on a booking site where anybody can book me, and they do book people because that's what they go to the site for. So I'm going to make sure that I bring my security, because my security can also help me with my camera, my lighting. Like, while I was there, I had to set up my camera, I had to set up my light all by myself. So I'm definitely gonna make sure I have security and someone who knows how to help me maneuver. Maybe security and an assistant. Let's see, a representative. Like, I do have someone I know forever. His name is Dr. Shock, so he don't mind stepping in. He's who I call my manager, so he don't mind ever stepping in if I need somebody to communicate. But I'm gonna make sure that whoever is representing me in the time of performing, like, they have all these things that I want done. I'm gonna make sure they have them memorized in advance, so when I go to the places, I don't know, like, when do I come on, or when do I go on, or should I hook my mic up now? Like, having a representative is very important, because they can make sure while you getting yourself together, they're running around, okay, is her mic ready? Is her music hooked up to the system? And that way, I think the quicker the quicker everything is going, like the more prepared you are, the more better your performance. I'm going to wear gloves now. Because after I left, like, I was just so nervous. I was nervous, like, God, please cover me. Don't let me have no corona. And I forget to wash my hands. And I forget to wash my hands. Well, I didn't have no sanitizer in the car. So I got in the car. I didn't have no sanitizer. Something got stuck in my brace. I went to try to pull it out. And I'm like, oh, goodness, I didn't even wash my hands yet. So I'm going to find some stylish gloves that I will be wearing. I'm definitely going to be prepared the night before. I'm going to have my hair, makeup, everything the night before will be done. Because I had to leave my church and then go to their church. It was in the middle of a snowstorm. It was a lot. But we got there. We made it. And next and last but not least, when I perform, I'm going to make sure that first and foremost, I find different ways to get the audience involved, get the audience engaged, because everywhere you go is different. Sometimes you go someplace and they're waiting for you. They're ready to turn up. They're ready to be hyped. They are ready to party. And then you have some places where they like, our pastors dragged us out here. Or, you know, it just could be, every place is different. So I'm going to make sure I do get the audience engaged. This is cashaestar. Thanks for following my my journey with me. Hopefully we get to where we need to be. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on there. Have a great day. Guess what? One of my Star Trekkers got on the page and said I forgot to say, and they love me because I'm decent. And I'ma do big this year. Cashaestar, I'ma win this year. Shine, baby, shine.